Alrighty guys, so the other day I was at Walmart and came across this foam cannon from SunJoe. So I wanted to pick it up. It's 20 bucks at Walmart. I'm sure you can get this online. I'll link it down below for you guys as well. And I want to see just how well it worked. It's a pretty standard foam cannon. We're gonna open this thing up and kind of take a break, like a pretty in-depth look at it to see exactly what I like and don't like about it. And then we'll be testing it out and seeing just how well it works. So here we go. Alrighty guys, so here we are, SunJoe Foam Cannon. Right off the bat on the back, it does show a 2-year warranty. So that's nice because I already see one design flaw with it that I don't like. But at this price point, it's very standard across all foam cannons. So can't really dock them for that. Like I said, it's just at this price point, this is what it is. And what that is that I don't like is this hard plastic bottle has plastic threads, and the actual foaming unit on top has brass threads. Now, what that means is if you don't line it up perfectly, or if you over tighten it, or just over time, you're gonna wear down those plastic threads. They're gonna slip and the bottle is gonna be useless. So you're just gonna be stuck with this and you're gonna have to find another bottle. May not be a big deal to you. For me as a professional, that does affect me because it's a pain when I'm out at a job and I'm trying to foam down a car and the bottle's falling off. So no good for me on that. But everything else, the construction of this thing looks really, really good. It does come with the straw piece. Let's see here. And then you have your warranty card and things like that. So the straw, it's okay, it's pliable, it's not a super stiff straw. However, so you can see this little piece here, you just slide that over the top of it and then you're good to go. Another thing that I don't like about this, but again, it is pretty standard across all pressure washers at this price point. Well, actually you can find some on Amazon for around 15 or 16 bucks. It'll be exactly like this. I'll link those down below for you guys. But one of the things I like when you bump it up a little bit, like there's one from Matt, M-A-T-C-C, I believe. It's a very similar foam cannon, except this hose is very pliable on that one. And there's a little metal ball at the end of it, which keeps the hose, this little straw in the liquid no matter what angle you're at, which is a nice feature. This does not have it, so it's just gonna lay where it does. So next thing that you want to account for is this little dial up here, adjusts the water flow. So I always like to have it completely cranked down so you get the most foam that you can possibly get. Right in the front here, you can see right here, you can spin this and those little prongs open up and close. And when they're wide open, it's gonna be a straight stream. When they're closed, it's gonna be a total tight fan. So I like to close it all the way up and then back it off just a little bit. That usually gets me a nice like 40, 50 degree fan, and that's what I like. So next thing is the most important feature with these foam cannons, especially if you're using a electric pressure washer, which I think the majority of us are, is with electric pressure washers, we're not getting the most PSI or the most GPM. With that in mind, these things typically come with a 1.25 millimeter orifice inside. And the foam that comes out is kind of watery. So we're gonna go ahead and test that, and then I'll open this up. I'll show you where it is. There's a little orifice. You just back this off and you can pull the thing out. And you want to replace that with a 1.1 millimeter orifice. And then you get more foam because it's restricting the amount of water going through it, and you're getting more soap than water, and it gets a nice, heavier, thicker foam. Now this one, I don't know for sure. This may come with a 1.1, but we're going to check that out and find out. Also, let's see here. Yeah, anyways. There is a little metal screen kind of foam piece back in here. It usually sits right about here. And that is the foam maker, it's the foam generator. It's a piece where all the solution goes through it and it makes it foam. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and test this out now. We're gonna be using Mr. Pink. I'll link it down below for you guys. It's a Chemical Guys soap. It's my standard go-to. I'm very familiar with how it foams compared to other units, so I'll get a good idea. We'll test it as is, and then we'll switch over and we'll test it with a 1.1 millimeter orifice to see if that makes a difference. Alrighty guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and fill this up with my soap. Alrighty, and that is it right there. That's about all the soap we need. So you can see it's just basically, let's see if there's a measurement. I would say maybe 50 milliliters on this chart of 1,000 milliliters, 50 milliliters of soap. We're gonna go ahead and fill it up with water now. All right, so now I filled the rest of the bottle up with water. I'm gonna go ahead and put the actual head unit onto it if I can find it. Here it is. So I'm gonna put the head unit onto it. And again, since it's brass on plastic, you just wanna make sure you line it up well. And it doesn't seem to wanna line up. Hang on. It's not lining up very well, so that's the problem, and I actually already am kind of creating a little bit of an issue. There we go. There we go. Okay, perfect. So there it is. We'll give it a little shake just to mix up the solution. I'm gonna point you to my truck. I'm just gonna spray down the back of my truck really quickly so we can see how thick the foam is. Okay. Now, the pressure washer that I'm using for this test is a Craftsman 2100 PSI 1.2 GPM electric pressure washer unit. It got actual usable numbers. It was 2000 PSI at 1.25 GPM is what the actual usable numbers were. If you're interested in this pressure washer, I did a whole review on it. I'll link it up here for you guys. All right, so we got the top tightened down. Got my angle pretty well set. I might have to adjust it a little bit, but here we go. All right, guys, so that's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. It'll definitely get the job done. As you can see though, it is quite runny. But it's holding enough soap on the panel that it's not bad. So, like I said, not terrible, but let's go ahead and see if we can open this thing up. I'll show you guys where the orifice sits, and we'll swap it out with a 1.1 and see if that makes a difference. Alrighty guys, so let's go ahead and open this thing up, and I'll show you just how I'm able to check the orifice. Let me zoom in a little more. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and take the top off. The bottle doesn't matter on this at all. Okay, so first things first is you have the little quick connect piece right here on the back of it. There's enough room for you to grab it with a wrench right there and just twist it off. Sometimes it's harder than others. Sometimes they use some Loctite in them. Yeah, this one's pretty hard. So just give me a minute. Alrighty guys, so I got it. I had to torque on it pretty hard, but I got it. So we'll go ahead and back this off. Okay, so there's our quick connect piece. And right inside of it, let me see if I can get you guys in any closer. But right here, that little hole is the orifice. Now that's the piece you want to check out. So you can see there's a little slot in it. You can grab just a flathead screwdriver and just back that guy out. And there it is. That is your orifice. That's it. Very simple. And now you can see it's wide open in there. So this is the part that we're concerned with. And it's really hard to tell just what size it actually is. Yeah, I mean, it looks small, I don't know. But we're gonna go ahead and take a 1.1 millimeter orifice. I'm gonna try and compare them side by side. And I mean, 1.1 to 1.25 is a very, very, very small difference, but that difference makes a big deal. So I can't tell the difference just by looking at them. So we're gonna go ahead and put this 1.1 millimeter orifice inside of the foam cannon, and then we'll go test it again and see if it made a difference. So in order to do that, you just take this here, I just kind of drop it in, And then try and get it to sit straight, so you don't, because you don't want to strip out the threads or anything. Use your flathead screwdriver and just screw it back in. You want to make sure it's tight, but you don't need to over tighten it. You don't want to worry about stripping it, just nice and snug. So there we are. Then we take the quick connect and put it back in. That's good. Take your wrench and just give it a nice little tighten down. All good. All right, let's go check this out. I'm gonna put it back in the bottle. Cool. And let's go test it. Alrighty guys, so here we are. We have the foam cannon all set up now with the 1.1 millimeter orifice in it. Going to go ahead and hook it back up to the pressure washer. There we go. Make sure that the top is tightened down. Make sure that your angle is set where you want it, and here we go. Huge difference. And there you go guys, substantially more foam just by changing out that little orifice. Let me get you guys closer. And you can see that it's just sitting on there thick as can be. It's just sitting on the panel, not running at all. Yeah, so changing out that 1.1 millimeter orifice on that little SunJoe foam cannon does make a huge difference. And again, you guys can just see like, it is thick. Much thicker foam. It's just sitting on the panel. That's what you really want. You want it to stick onto the panel so that it can do its job. So there you go guys. That's a good little foam cannon. Just make sure you upgrade that orifice if you're using an electric pressure washer, and you'll get fantastic foam out of it. So hope that helps, and yeah, that's it. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys on the next one.